Your repurposed freighter drifts through space. As you stare out at the star-flecked void, another ship comes in. Wait, is this sci-fi? I thought we agreed on a World War II campaign. Oh, did we? That's cool. I can pivot. The smell of smoke curdles in your nostrils. Hold up, I thought we were prepping for a zombie apocalypse campaign. Alright, here's what we're doing. It's the year 3700. Humanity's elite fled to other planets long ago, taking with them all forms of advanced technology. Earth survivors scrape by with historic tools as weird phenomena plague abandoned nuclear sites. Witnesses report seeing glowing lights and the dead rising from their graves. And amidst the chaos, 3 strangers will meet in a dim bar. A veteran zombie slayer, a disgraced general out for revenge, and a space mercenary sent to investigate the power plants. Now describe your characters. How did you do that? I have the right tools for the job. Some maps are drawn but never followed. Some adventures dreamed of but never experienced. To the Mad Mage, this was the greatest sin of all. He asked each of us, if you really want to be great, how far will you go? For over 15 years, we had no answer for him. Until today. Our journey to Castle Zagyg starts now. The fortified town of Yigsburg hums with life. Traders, rogues, and scholars all gather together on the edge of the unknown. Depending on your neighborhood, the cobbled streets may be lined with strangers of an unscrupulous sort, but make no mistake, the people here hold the key to untold wealth and knowledge. Beyond the town's walls, past the rivers and the rolling hills, the ruins await. Crumbling towers, forgotten halls, and a darkness that stirs again at last. Most who enter the caves below may never be seen again, but those who do emerge will be remembered in legends for generations to come. And beneath it all, deep in the belly of the world, lie the upper floors of the dungeons. In this lightless place, you'll find twisted experiments, lost artifacts, and horrors unseen by mortal eyes. These are the first 5 layers of a labyrinth built by the Archmage Zagyg himself. This is more than a campaign setting. It's a gateway to adventures beyond your wildest dreams. So, will you walk with me, traveler? Don't you want to be great? How far will you go?
Trollord Games, join the fray. Join the fray. Join the fray.
Are we live, Chuck? Are we live, Chuck? You pointed at me. I never know if we're live. I don't ever know what any of that stuff means. So I'm assuming that we're live. It is stickers, magnets, and more. Do you guys want some stickers? Do you guys want some Castle Zagyg stickers? I'll tell you what. If we make 510,000 by the time this stream ends, we will add stickers up there. Everybody gets fucking stickers. We'll do some crazy stickers. How does that sound? Who? Yes, yeah, we're doing stickers for the win. Yes, Wintery. It is April 1st, 2025. I don't know what's going on. There's so much stuff going on here in the Troll Dens, even aside from this Backer Kit campaign. Lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff that I can't keep up. And we will. I need to go get a Dr. Pepper. Hold on. Yes, stickers. Death Angel Shadows in the house with the stickers. I am on it, Lando. I am on it. Arms and Armor will begin shipping tomorrow. That's the most exciting news, I think. So that is very, very cool. That will be going out to backers with all the little extra of the books. What is it? The expanding classes, war mounts, Adventurous Army, and Monstrous Army. All those books will begin going out to backers tomorrow. Thursday. Eastmark giveaways fixing to happen. So that's going on. Clearly, I didn't know that was happening today, but I do remember vaguely Chuck mentioning that to me. So, so that's going on. No, we'll do it in the morning. We'll do that tomorrow.
A new follower has joined the fray.
Yeah, we'll get that knocked out. Yeah, Grace is checked out for the day. But what else? What else is going? There's just so much goobly goop going on in here. I am. Yeah. Well, I was going to. So yeah. So I am working hard on. It is titled now. So this is the Aridian thing that I've got my focus on. I'm trying to get myself back into the swing of things. Getting myself writing. I'm doing this for well over a week now, and I'm working on the Saline watershed, which is the center part Maine and the Massif. So I'm hammering away on that, and then I'm going to have Peter. What I'm going to do next, probably late this week, early next week, I'm going to take the Land of Ursel map that you see behind me, and go ahead and divide it up into each of the Aridian expansion maps and go ahead and title it and get all of that down so I can get that down on the writing schedule. So we're seeing some arid movement. That's fantastic. I sent A13 over to Jeremy today, and he reforged A13, got that back to me. I'm going to give him A14 tomorrow. So we'll be bringing the Alstrag stuff back online. Yeah, I'm not sure how I want to do this yet. Chuck Davis and I will talk about it. We're either going to release it as PDFs and initially, or we're going to put it down as a big book. We'll decide that in the very, very near future. So the Alstrag A13 through A17, I think, the next 5, whatever that would be. Those will be rolling out. Yes, Chuck? Oh, no, I didn't. And we do need to do that because we need some entry-level modules, and both of those will be. Yeah, we need to get both of those because I want to put those in the bundle, whatever the store bundle for the Reforge. So that's the next thing. And I actually, Davis turned over the final product for Guilds and Orders, so that'll get put into the schedule at this point. We're way at the beginning of that. Yes, Chuck? You keep interrupting my updates. Okay, yeah. So, or the Guilds and Orders book is written now. Obviously, it's clean, reformatted, and all that. To prep for editing and all of that business. And then we've got Jeremy is hard at work on the overhaul of the Adventurer's Companion, which will be Companions and Familiars, the old Mystic Conflict. So all kinds of. See, he's listening. Yeah, exactly what we're on. So all kinds of CNC goodness, even apart from the Kickstarters that we are beginning to roll forward on. So, without further ado, I'll roll into those books. The Armory books, as noted, will begin shipping Thursday. So excited about that. Get that stuff closed up and out. We have brought on 3 new artists in the last 72 hours. Nope, in the last 48 hours to work on wrapping up Infernum, the art in Infernum. So I hope to have that done very soon. And Jason is going to turn over the final list of the Exaltum, the Celestials, to me, so that we can, as soon as the Infernum is done, all of those artists will be given the Celestials. Now we've done about 20, I think. Celestials are already done on the art side. So finally, I feel comfortable saying that there's some real positive movement on that front, which is probably the oldest Kickstarter we got floating around out there. GFW, Jason is working on cover number 6 for Nation Builder. He sent the sketch over. Chuck, do you have that? If you could throw that up in the thing. Yeah, throw that up in the thing. So Nation Builder for the GFW stuff has landed, and then he's going to do Essential Places, whichever one is next. We're Yes, that's the sketch of Nation Builder. We're going to task Mel. She will jump on starting to do all of the art for Waylon Smith catalog. So very excited about that. We are slipping behind schedule. We were hoping to have that to the printers by April. That's not going to happen. Canting Crew is ready for layout, talking to Bill about that. So we should have something on the Canting Crew relatively soon, next couple weeks, I hope. What's the other Kickstarter? There's another Kickstarter floating around out there. Oh, Reforged. So the last chunks of Reforged float. Hermit's done. Last chunks of Reforged floating around. Chuck will have the screens to me in the morning, and we'll get those printing. And the book is everything's approved. We're just really waiting for the shipping and ship call for shipping, and it's going to come down here and be here in the next 3 weeks. I don't know. Whenever they get it to us. As soon as it lands, we'll begin shipping out that out the door as well. The other big news is we are going to expand the print shop. We are in very active negotiations for some space, an actual Troll Lord warehouse, print dens, all of this stuff. I don't know how long it's going to take to make all of that happen, but I suspect by late summer we should have a completely reorganized space, allowing probably an increase of 10 to 15% efficiency on printing, binding, cutting, shipping, and all of that stuff. So very, very excited about that. That was the meeting I had this morning. Moving forward on getting some acreage for the troll dens, which will be fantastic, and then new equipment. So all kinds of stuff going on simultaneously. That dovetails with the overhaul of Gods and Legends. I've been hammering on some other projects I'm not going to mention yet, but I will let that out the gate in the next week or two. And then we'll get Davis lined out with what he's going to work on next, probably in the morning. So just lots and lots and lots of stuff. So the Barsoom book, I see the question there. The Barsoom book, the only thing I have left to do is the final overhaul for the Pocket Atlas, I think we were calling it, for Barsoom. And once that's done, that'll go with the Beneath the Canopy Green for the last of the Reforged. We will do a crowdfunding. We will work. That will be one of the things that Davis starts to work on tomorrow. We will work on that game probably starting in May/June and do a crowdfunding campaign later in the summer is the plan, maybe early fall, somewhere around in there. Because we want to have a good chunk of it written, which we should be able to do. Barsoom, yes. I believe so. And then the last one, of course, is the backer kit, Castle Zagyg backer kit, which is roaring along. We're at 508,000. We've announced new stretch rewards if you haven't checked them out today with the circle, the sun circle of the sun. Do what, Chuck? I see you. Do it. Joel's on. No, okay, so yeah, so we have an official license from the ERB folks to do a Barsoom RPG, and we're going to focus on the planet itself. We're going to use the Siege engine. It'll be the same rules that we carry over. It'll have new classes and new races, but it'll be the Siege engine, so you'll be able to play it pretty easy. You'll be able to take your fighter from the world of Arid and hurl him to Barsoom, or from Castle Zagyg and hurl him to Barsoom. And all of this mess will be the Rings of Brass. It'll help you do that. So which are plain traveling rules and such to make that easy and fast. So from your castle Zagyg, you will be able to go right into Barsoom.
Yep. That's
It
pretty
is
damn.
public domain,
And that was
but
not something we didn't plan that, did we? I mean, that's.
we didn't. It all just kind of fell together. The fates came to lined up. Here at TLP, we have a pretty fierce policy that if an IP has gone into public domain and it's doing nothing but supporting multinational corporations, we will use it. I'm taking a hard look at the Robert E. Howard stuff and Cthulhu stuff. But Edgar Rice Burroughs is very different. His material is still owned by the Burroughs folks, Burroughs Incorporated, and the grandchildren, or maybe it's the great grandchildren at this point, still earn money from their great grandfather's work. So we won't use any of their stuff that's in the public domain. We would only do an official license from Burroughs to do that. But
that's awesome.
But Howard and Cthulhu Lovecraft, look to the future.
We must have them in the forward. Anyway.
Well, some of the coolest stuff, I know that
Howard
stuff.
We've had some Howard stuff. We got a relationship with them people.
Yeah,
you know?
we actually have, but a lot of it went public domain this year or last year or is fixing to go next year. I don't know. I'm sure Jeremy's somewhere around listening. He could tell us. But I think that Howard is now owned by Tencent, which is 48% of it's owned by the CCP or some crap. I don't know, a hedge fund, international cartels. I don't know who owns this crap. But so
who knows?
So I have no compunction about it. It's just open. If it's open domain, we're just diving in. And I know that the Chinese government doesn't have any compunction about using other people's IP either. So,
no, not at all.
Yeah, if it goes into the public domain, either of those things go into the public domain. I honestly don't even know who owns Lovecraft's Cthulhu stuff. I mean, I vaguely have, and yeah, Monolith has a license, but it's owned by Tencent. I think, Lando, if you go look that up, I think Tencent has a majority share in this other company that owns
the IPs. That's right. That's correct.
I think. Yeah.
Because I showed y'all that. Yeah, they've got their little hands in all kinds of little stuff. Yeah.
It's like Funcom. I was about to say happy fun time, but it's Funcom six Damon bag, not happy fun time. Where's that phone?
I don't know.
Happy fun time. That's from some show I saw. But yeah, for the Burroughs stuff, definitely a license. Yeah. We have a license, so we're super excited about diving into that this summer.
Let's talk about that sketch real quick. I'll throw that up here real quick. You can explain to people what they're seeing. That's not going to work. Let me try that one more time.
So Chuck is putting up the sketch for
there we go.
Gary Gygax's Nation Builder. And this is book 6. How's it going, Keith? This is book 6 of the World Builders Archive, the Gary Gygax World Builders Archive. I actually got it right this time. And as you can see, this will be a magical portal that takes you from the jungles of Inclunayad, no doubt, and into a medieval realm of high fantasy.
KMR.
KMR. And that's kind of the whole thing behind the cover for this series. It's supposed to be, the idea is you as the viewer are standing in this one area, looking through a magical portal that takes you to a different world. And that is your world building aspect. The first 5 covers are fantastic. Cover number 5 blew it out of the water. Yeah. I mean, it was just breathtaking. And so I'm sure the last of these will do as well. And that is part of the slowdown on the World Builders Archive. I'm not rushing Jason too much. I thought he would be able to finish these a little bit faster. But there you have it. This piece there'll be a black and white piece. No, I'm sorry. No, this piece will be color. It'll be full color. Chuck, just for giggles, can you grab cover 5 and throw it up there so that people can see?
Yeah, I was thinking I had it in here, but what I have is the old sketch of it. I was like, okay. I mean, loaded up already, but I think I've got it. I tried to download this. That was Booker Adventure Writing, correct?
Yes.
I don't have it. Stephen, can you drop it to me?
I will grab that now.
I think that was I think that was pre-signal days. So.
Oh yes, we have moved ourselves from Skype. Let's see. I need to get into the Gygax stuff, products, GFW.
Real quick, while he's looking this up, guys, I just want to let everybody know we are doing a giveaway here on Twitch for some $10 PDF codes. Unfortunately, you have to come to Twitch to come over here. It's twitch.tv/TrollLordGames, one word, for that entry. At the end of the stream, though, for everybody that's watching, I'm going to drop a link to today's giveaway is going to be C5 Falls of the Divide, part of the C series, which is currently being reforged into the Beneath the Canopy Adventure Path. So we'll be giving that out at the end of the stream.
We do have a backer train going on over on Backer Kit. If someone pledges in the next 7 minutes, it will keep that train going. And if we get 510 in the show, everyone at the 180 and above will get stickers.
Yeah, because someone's already counting down the money on there already. Somebody said something.
Do it. Let's get to 510. Spread the word. We're gonna do some stickers.
Oh, that one. Jesus, that picture.
Yeah. So this is book 5, and the book he's fixed to put up is book 5 in the
beautiful
World Builders Archive, and it is breathtaking.
Which one was this? This one again? The World Builders.
World Builders. That's the Adventure Writer's Guide.
That is Adventurer's Ride. Okay.
The titles now, we're getting so many titles going on that it's beginning to confuggle my brain pan.
Me too.
Can you slow on down on doing the Art for the World Builder series? I've not had him around to take reference photos of my horse yet.
All right. I'm just going to misspell it and leave it at that. All right. So I'll get that.
Never, Jeff.
Let's see. I'm just going to throw it in there right now like it is, pretty as you please. So hang loose, everybody. Grab your socks.
Yeah, so just having a look at that black and white and the coloring that you're going to see.
There you go.
Will be what Chuck's fixing to put on once he colors it. I just, oh my Lord, have mercy. Every time I look at that, I am just more stunned.
Here, I'm gonna cover you up for just a minute. I need to stare at it a minute.
Pour me up.
My God, look at that. You know
what
what I'm saying?
That is on deck. Yeah,
oh, and I meant to say, Powers, I meant to tell you happy birthday back, brother. Aries brother. Thanks for that. Yeah, it is.
Which is my favorite part. The blade in that warrior's hand, but that magic user
I know.
Costume is amazing.
And look at the orcs. They're like freaking out, man. You know, the orcs are like, no, you know.
Just amazing.
All right.
Gunmetal gray. I don't know what color that is, but
it's beautiful though. I like gunmetal though. All right. Yep. Let's catch up. We're getting a little bit of questions in now, so I'll get some start on those after I shut this down. There we go. All right. First question up is going to be from Race the Process had a comment I thought was interesting. I am lucky enough to own the original. I cannot believe how much more there was that was never released, and that is the truth. Let me tell you, Race.
Of what? The original of what?
Zagyg. All this stuff we're finding.
Oh yeah, it's insane. It's absolutely nuts. As he was roping this stuff together, it is a monstrous amount of stuff.
Yeah,
I'm super excited.
Yeah, Ravenchild said that, or Peter said that the metal is about 8 to 9 colors. That's not just one color.
Oh, well, there you go.
Let's see. Winter 3 says, after CZ, Castle Zagyg, what do you do next on the docket?
After CZ, the big thing will be Barsoom. That'll be where the focus goes. My big thing will be I'm using this Erdian piece that I'm doing to roll into Alstrag. It's time to get back on top of Alstrag and start doing that along with the novel. And what is the other thing I'm working on? Uncoded to the Plains. And all of those are kind of go together. I am confident with the changes that happened first quarter this year going forward that the way we kind of restructure things around here, that I'll be able to do a lot more creation. So will Davis, and we'll be able to put more content out, which is fantastic.
Oh yeah, lots more coming. Let's see. From Kevin Deavy. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead of Death Angel. Death Angel Shadow question for those of us that missed the Kickstarter: when is Arms and Armor going to be available in the store?
I was hoping Friday this week, but it doesn't look like we're going to begin shipping until Thursday. So by Monday, it should be available in the store. Both Monsters Armory, Adventurers Armory, War Mounts, and the expanding classes will not. That'll be exclusive to the Kickstarter.
Right.
But those 3 books will be up and on the store.
Okay. Kevin Deavy from Facebook asks, what's this about NPCs who adventured in the castle? I don't see any mention of that.
So
Maybe
There's
that's
two
something.
things going on there. There was a conversation yesterday about us doing notations in the book about where specific characters had gotten killed, which I think is just a really cool idea, or where they had killed certain monsters. Not sure we can pull that off, but I'm gonna kind of look into that. I think that would be very cool. And the second side of that is in the Sun Circle stuff that we have just announced as stretch rewards. We're looking at bringing back some of the old characters as presented by Gary. They'll have to be reskinned, as in their names will have to be reskinned, and some of the magic items renamed, but it'll be the same characters. Very, very, very similar, so that we all can tell.
Hack and Slash Mini says, if you guys ever need some artwork or minis, I could lend a hand. If you do art, we're always looking. You can always email us at
shoot us an email at productsupport.com.
That's right. We're always looking. God, we're always looking. Winter the Third asks thoughts about getting Amazing Adventures onto Foundry. Similar to CNC, I think people would dig it.
So we that is definitely in the conversation, and one of the things that we've been wanting to do is make kind of a seed engine rule set, but for both Foundry and Fantasy Grounds and some of those other things, just to make it a little bit easier. But we've talked about this before. It's one of those things that we don't have any coders here, so we don't have any control over. We have to farm this out to the companies. They have schedules, they have things that they're doing, so it all becomes problematic for us to manage it. Mm-hmm. So yes, we would love to get this stuff out. There's no real time frame on it. I think we've just gotten the Foundry's Player's Handbook out. Is that correct for CNC, Chuck?
Yes, Player's Handbook's out. CKG, I've got it set up to go out in about 2 weeks or so. I've got to go in and fix some stuff in the back end for it. And then after that, I think we're going to be able to release a product on the store that's not part of Reforged. The line and the ropes, I think, is ready. So we'll have something for people to buy as an adventure. And then after that will be Monsters and Treasures sometime in May. And then after that will be the Beneath the Canopy Green. And as they come in, we're going to sell those as separate adventures on there. And then I'll probably do some sort of a bundle thing later on or something. I don't know how we're going to do it. We really don't know yet. But until we get them all done, I'm going to put them up on the store for sale separately. Because there's no sense in waiting a year to, that's silly. Right? Okay, let's see. Harad Cabal asks, in the Adventure Castle of Zagyg, is there enough experience in adventure for a human, this is interesting, to dual class from Ranger to Magic User with 2 attacks per round, 15/15, about 4,525,000 experience points from 2nd edition, asking for a friend.
So I would say, that's
awesome.
That's always the challenging thing with any of these role-playing games, I think, is the experience points as it scales. So getting that 1 million to 2 million is really difficult, especially if you're just fighting orcs and giants and that bring 1,000 experience or whatever it is. But I would say that in Castle Zagyg, probably by level 17 or 18, you should not have an issue. I would think you will be able. There's going to just be so much in
there. Let's see, real quick, 2 things. One, someone said, Kayla Garcia said, Uncle Steve.
Oh, Kayla, how's it going?
I don't know. You might know.
The Geneva Lodge. Yes.
Oh, I see. That's funny. That's not what I was
How's
thinking.
it going, Kayla? Nice to see you again.
All right. Yeah, and
Dakota
the disembodied voice here is that is me, Chuck Cumbo. I'm the community director for Troller Games, and Steve does an A.M.A. on Tuesdays, and I usually just sit back and hang out in my bathrobe while he does all the talking. So, but I assist. I'm his what is his name from Johnny? What was the guy that hung out with Johnny?
Johnny Carson and Ed McMahon.
Ed McMahon. I can't believe we couldn't remember that. All right. Anyway, Jeb Gordon's got a question. Can you slow Walton down on doing the art for the World Builder series? I have not had him around to take reference photos of my horse yet.
There will be no slowing down for Jason.
Jeb. That's funny. Omega Gambit asks, what is the perfect pepper to tomato? What the hell? What is the perfect pepper to tomato ratio for salsa? I just made a batch with 10 tomatoes, 1 onion, 10 small habaneros, and 5 big jalapenos.
I'm going to leave that to the chat because nowhere in that sentence was the word cheeseburger or Dr. Pepper. So I'm not sure what it meant.
My wife could tell you. She just made a big batch of it, but she's not in here right now. I wished I knew. I wished I knew. Moving right along. Let's see. Where am I?
Best question of the day.
Yeah, that was. He cracks me up. All right. From Player Some, the fella that got you the cooler back there. He
Yes.
said, "Are you going to
Thank
add?"
you for that.
Oh yeah. Are you going to add NPCs based on the Troll Lord as a bonus? I'd love to run into Davis NPC. Now that would be cool.
I don't know that we've ever done that.
We've talked about it, but we've never done it.
That would be cool. We could make the I think there's 8 with me, so we could do 8 Troll Lords sitting at a table.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever happened to my picture that I did with all in the biker gang stuff? We need to get that back out.
I don't know.
We were having us all at the Sons of Anarchy table.
Yeah. Because as I'm showing the heart, we need a picture with everybody's name on it. Because some of those pictures, man, I was like, "Is that me? No, that's him." We don't know. It's kind of tough. That's a tough one. You should do that, Peter. Draw them up as gnomes. That would be great. Being attacked by low bane orcs would be fantastic.
There you go.
Sounds
most rude.
Spore Servant asks, oh, by the way, let's check real quick before we get into this. Where are we at on that? We still got a backer train going. And what's the goal, Steve?
510, and there's stickers.
And stickers for everybody 180 level and above. That's right.
Almost there. We've gotten 3 pledges in the last few minutes.
That's awesome.
Spread the word. Let's get some stickers in there.
All right.
And we will make it happen.
So let's see. This is from over here. It says this is from Spore Servant. Any suggestions of when in the Undying War adventure progression would be a good time to divert the party to Castle Zagyg? Oh, that's a really good question. So in the A series, you should be able to handle that.
Probably I would do it around A7, the Forsaken Mountain. That's when they go off world to fight the Frost Giant God, I think. Pretty sure that's A7. So that's actually that's a fantastic idea, because if you jump out of Undying War and go to Castle Zagyg, adventure for a while, you're going to be strong enough to get into Castle Zagyg. You kind of hack your way through some of it, gain a few more levels, so that by the time you jump back out and you go into A8, you'll have beefed up a little bit, because you really need to be beefed up by the time you get to
A12.
The gates of Alpha.
Right.
Yeah.
Funny thing about that, I love the way it works too, because about 3 or 4 of those adventures, I wouldn't say 4, at least 3, are really, they're not needed for the adventure path overlaying story. Because like my guys, when we got to the one with the Tower of Horask, they went in, they found that she was there and she left, and we just skipped the rest of the whole adventure and went on, because they were actually ahead of experience. They were ahead of the game a little bit. So it was really, you know what I mean? So I pulled a couple of it out, and it didn't hurt the story at all. It was great.
Yeah, for Servant, for the Hermit, I would do that around Ludenstein, probably between A3 and A4, or A4 and A5, and have the Barons of Ludenstein replace the King and the Hermit. The Baron is actually looking for the Hermit, and then you can go into the wilderness and do all of the crazy from there.
And I'm telling you, what little bit, guys, that I have looked into this just prepping for our games we're going to do tomorrow and Thursday. Man, it's wild. That's all I can say. There's so many little doorways and gateways and hidden shit. It's wild.
Nuts.
Let's see. Stephen Field from, he asked from YouTube, will you be doing the Gourd the Road books? Any news on that?
We haven't heard anything back yet. At last I heard, on the court side of things, when the judge that had been overseeing this had retired and they were assigning a new judge, I don't know if that happened, or if that's going to happen, or if it already happened. So it's somewhere, that's just what I had heard. And my guess is, because it's been at least 30 days, hasn't it? I think it's been at least 30 days since I sent that out. And usually they get back within 30 days. It's been, Let me check the email. Maybe there's an email sitting right here, and we can announce it.
Wouldn't that be wild?
Today.
Announce it along with stickers if we hit 510 or whatever it was.
Let's see. Doodly. Just something from Hot Russian Singles.
Hey, Chris.
We got some New Egg stuff.
New Egg.
I don't even know what that Leah Fanta rate, some kind of weird rate. So nothing, man. I get so much spam. It
Oh,
is
I know. I've got
absolute.
you know how many emails are in my box right now? I went and looked while ago. Just guess. Just guess.
I'm guessing 150.
783. And
Jeez.
I'm willing to bet you 80% of that is Vistaprint, cheap banners, all that crap.
Yeah, it's just insane. So nothing except some weird stuff
Okay.
from Mammoth Nation, Canvas Champ, and Maria at
Yeah.
Deputy.
So, Chris, so you know, and anybody out there is waiting for an email from me, in the morning I will finish the Beyond the Canopy CK screens, and then I'm diving into email like a crazy submariner. So, look, Jeb Gordon, I have over 16,000 right now. Dude, Jed, I've got an account on Yahoo. When Tim used to work for us, I would just show him a screenshot, and he would lose his mind. It's like 170-some thousand emails over that now, but I just let it grow.
Know, I read somewhere that email, it saved email accounts for like 3% of global emissions or some crazy shit.
Probably. All right, let's see.
I like to do the right mouse click delete maneuver to answer emails.
Yeah, Tim liked to forward everything to that one email of his. That was insane. I can imagine. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Malaki says, don't forget about Codex of the Plains when we do our last wrap-up update here in a little bit. We didn't talk about it.
Yeah, so Codex of the Plains, always on my mind. And one of the things that I'm doing to kind of shift back into that, into this Aridian mindset, is writing this Saline River watershed, this next book for the Aridian expansion stuff, so I can get kind of back into the groove of it. I'm managing. I went from 1,000 to 2,000 words a day starting yesterday. So, and jazzed on that. So, Codex of the Plains is definitely on my mind because that ropes into the Rings of Brass, which ropes into Barsoom, which ropes into Castle Zagyg, right, which ropes into Amazing Adventures. The Rings of Brass and Codex of the Plains were supposed to, as y'all remember, were supposed to be the center of this spoked wheel to take us to all of these IPs. And the IPs are beginning to overtake.
I need to talk to you about the Rings of Brass too, because I think I've been portraying it a little differently in my games with that adventure I wrote. I need to tell you about it.
Madness!
It looks like a bunch of brass rings, but they're like an atom shaped, and they spin, and you're inside of them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, you like it?
So the brass ring. So the brass rings originally were the roots of the tree Eratot that
right,
is carved through the universe. So there's no real order to them. As where a root goes is where the root is. Mm-hmm. But I like that concept of it. It's like Stargate.
Yeah. So let's see. I need to tell you about that adventure. I've read it like eight or 9 times now. I think you would like it. Let's see.
Yeah, you're 100% right. 100% right.
Let's see. Flagrant system error. That's hilarious. I like that name. What is the license for the Siege Engine and/or for Castle Z or Castle Zagyg for roguelike games? Games like Rogue or NetHack or other online character generators managers.
So we have no permissions to do any online stuff with any of Gary's material. We only have permissions to do role-playing games, board games. I don't have to look to see if we have card games. But so we can't do any kind of online stuff with any of Gary's material. Now we can petition the court going down the line, but I do know that having talked to some of the parties involved, there's a bigger picture involved of which Trollord Games is just one piece. And if that bigger picture was to unfold as it is hoped, mm-hmm, then it could be, everybody would be happy. Everybody would be happy.
We got more on the backer train. It just keeps sitting there. Excellent. Steve, you might be in trouble over these stickers.
Sweet. We are closing in 0509. That is excellent. Backer train still cooking.
He's going to give stickers to everybody, I think, on 180 and above, right?
We get 510 by 5:30 my time. If we get 510 by 5:30 my time, everyone at the 180 level and above is going to get stickers put in their.
That's cool.
Their carton box. It's a box, really. It's not a carton.
Stickers should be gnomes with Dr. Peppers.
There you go. We just hit 509. Excellent.
Oh, God
so
almighty.
We are closing in on 510. If we can just get a few more in there,
I'm excited.
This thing over. Yeah, it's very possible. And stickers have been a conversation around here forever and a day.
Yeah.
This will put it in.
I'll put it to an end. Finally, we'll have another thing off the docket.
Hey Chuck, just for shits and giggles, while I'm answering the next question, hop on there if you can and just put a real quick. If we make 510 by 5:30, so for those people not paying attention to the stream that are just coming in to look at it, that they will see, and that'll give it a slightly better chance of making 510. Alien stickers, player some, that would be very cool. but I'm not sure that would work for this particular project. I will tell you this though, in looking for warehousing space and office space and property space and all that bullshit for Troll Lord Games, there is this building in North Little Rock, Arkansas called Area 51. I've never been in it. I drive by it 1,000 times. Never really knew what it was, but I was driving by it today and I turned to Dakota because we were going out to meet some folks about this whole bigger issue. And I said, hey, what about this Area 51 building? And he goes, that's a bar, man. It's a dive bar. I had no idea.
And you're
I
like,
think
so?
I'm going to go there. It's got an alien spaceship crashed into the roof of the bar. You can go to Google whatever stuff, and I'm sure you can find it. Google Maps, is that what it is?
Oh, interesting. So when you go over here and click on it, the chat in here is actually Twitch. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. I'm just going to shoot out a really quick update real quick if you want me to. That's the only thing I can think of to do.
Do it. We got 22 minutes. What other TTRPG company would listen to the fans in this way? Let's get those. Yes, Wintery, let's get those stickers.
So your
really
question,
are not far away.
Your question from Terry DM 1978 is, will you reoffer the stretch goals that aren't reached on this project on the next CZ project? I'd hate for us backers to miss out on any of Gary's works.
I'm not going to say we are, but yeah, we're going to probably
do. Maybe. I mean, it's just too good, right? It's just too good.
Yeah. Obviously, we want to demonstrate to the courts ever bit more strength, ever bit. If we could actually pay off.
Oh my God.
If we could pay off that debt, that would be absolutely amazing. And everybody would be happy. And a lot of this doubt would be removed. But there you go. When I lived in Vegas, I drove around Area 51 and none of my pictures developed. See? There's something there, Death Angel.
Next question is from Havaram. Is there a B series of adventures?
No, and that our nomenclature for those adventures is insane. So just to give you an idea of the way Troll Lord Games operates, for those of you right there, we did back in 2001, I think, might be 2002. 2001, we did Troll Con, the first Troll Con. It was called Troll Con 1. The next year we did Troll Con 2. The next year, Davis was like, let's not do these sequentially. Let's do them out of order. So the next one is Troll Con, I think it was 7, and then Troll Con 5, and then Troll Con 10. So the Troll Cons are not actually in sequential order. And the nomenclature for the adventures kind of follows that insanity. The A series was because it was the first one. That I do remember. I think the C series that I have written is for Chenault, but that doesn't make any sense because Davis's last name is Chenault as well. So I'm not sure. They should have been the D series for the Darkenfold. I don't know why that happened. Then there's what else do we got in there? The S series I think is for Steve, but I'm not gonna swear to that. The U series is Mike Stewart told me once what the U series was. Unaffiliated, I think. The I series is in Zaya. That used to be the D series. It's just DB1 wasn't Haunted Highlands. The DB series should have been an HH series, but we named it the DB series because that's Dirty Balbs, whatever. So it's
Balby.
Balby. It's just I always say Balb. I think it's Balb, but not Balby.
You know, I asked him one. He's told me, but I don't remember, to be honest.
Yeah, I get them mixed up. But C series is chaos. There you go. So there's no B series to answer your question, but someday there will be a B series. While Chuck is putting that up, we got a question here. Did I hear correctly that there is an RPG tournament at GaryCon and you write the module, and can we get a hands on it? I do not write the module for the tournament. Jeremy Farkas wrote the module for both last year and this year, and I think he's doing next year's, which is called Mirror.
Yep.
But I don't know. What are the plans, Chuck? Are we going to get those up on the site? What is the plan for that?
Well, they have to, for us to release them, he wants to go back through them and make them, they weren't designed to be, sold, but we want to go back and do that. And what I want to do
nobody cares about that.
Well, what we've talked about doing is actually taking them and because the first two he had removed things, right? Now this next one, I'm assuming he's writing it differently. I don't know, but what we talked about doing was actually creating the actual adventure to sell with a section in the back that was just the tournament part as well. That way you could kind of experience both sides of it. Anyway, All right, so back to questions. Let's see. I got that out, I think. Let me see. Did I get that out? I did not.
All right, just a few more pledges knocks us over the top for stickers.
I just sent that out to everybody. All right, there we go. Now, back to questions at hand. Classified asks, looking forward to running my first ever CNC game Saturday night. Oh, well, congrats on that, man.
Congratulations. Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah. Barsuk says, you guys should put a cost pamphlet of adventure hooks and lessons to your non-aired adventures, plus others like the Thieves World Sanctuary rank compatible places. I put TW in every campaign. Probably will place Toulon near Lindor Isles for a planned campaign. Not in Greyhawk literal, but some overlap. Oh, that's a good, interesting.
I would love to take all of the old TSR stuff and place them in there.
Yeah,
easily.
That would be great. Let's see. This is from Kevin Deavy. Oh, he was referring back to we were talking about the hub and the brass rings. He wanted to know, is that like the Hall of Pains? What's the comparison there?
So the Hall of Pains is a little bit different. The Hall of Pains is this. It literally is what it's. I think it's a tall cylinder. I don't think it's necessarily a hall, but it's a tall cylinder if I remember correctly. But it might be a hall. It's been too long, and it's just got these panes of windows, and each of those panes goes to a different plane. So the way the Hall of Pains would fit into the world of air, it would be its own magical dimension where you can go and step into these other planes.
A new follower has joined the fray.
Have one of its panes would take you to the Rings of Brass, and the Rings of Brass is a little bit of an oddity of a nomenclature because the Rings of Brass, basically these tunnels go through all the multiverse, right? And they take you to different times and different places and all that. And that's the great tree, the Aerotop, that has spread its roots through everything. And the name escapes me. The greater dwarfs of Menzeia are the ones who went in there and they wrote all of the language of creation and all of the language of destruction on the walls of these things. So you can actually, if you spend eternity in there, you can learn all of the thoughts of the Allfather. But the Rings of Brass are specifically the doorways to those tunnels. The dwarves learned during the Dwarven Goblin Wars that they could travel through these tunnels from one kingdom to the next, fighting the dwarves, in different terrains with all of their peoples put together, and they closed them with these magical rings of brass. And later, you could even take a ring of brass and put it on a ring. Something that small, as long as it was inlaid with brass, and then you could use that as a magical transportation device to step into the tunnels and then go on. And that will all be covered in the Codex of the Planes. It's already in the Codex of Air, but it'll be explained in more detail in the Codex of the Planes.
Okay. And just so you know, Jeff, I have a Yeti Blue mic, a professional one right here. Same one I've always had. I don't know what you're listening through. I'm a little concerned for you, Tennessee boy. Let's see. Gothic Norseman asks, didn't Ernie Gygax have a pet project that he had been working on for quite some time? Any chance it might get published?
So I believe, and I really need to research and get the answer to this. So there was Ernie Gygax's Dungeons. Now I have all of his original notes. He gave those to me 20 years ago. He never wanted me to act on them, and we never did. But I think that those notes were turned into the Marmorial Tomb. I'm not going to swear to that. That may be something that he and Benoit actually put together outside of the dungeon. But you know what? I'll send Ben a text and ask him.
I was thinking, though, that Ben said they were working on something else. I'm almost positive.
Yes, there's another part to it, but he doesn't want to release it 100%.
Right. That's right. I remember. That is part of it. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Bravon Dark still asks, you have monks? Gary's notes, you need to get Sean Reynolds to do a Scarlet Brotherhood revamp for the Zagyg world.
Sean Reynolds. I believe we worked with Sean Reynolds on a book called Path of the Magi back in 2001 and 2002. That was an excellent book. We rolled it out as a D20 book way back in the early days of True Lord games.
Right. Let's see.
No Scarlet Brotherhood, Jay says.
Oh, Jay. He doesn't like them. They're good folk. Winter 3 asks, did I hear correctly that there is an RPG tournament at GaryCon and you write the module? I think you already answered that already.
I did answer that one, yes.
Okay. See, Winter, I'm catching up. Let's see. Commander Jace McLeod asks, what will be the stretch rewards when we hit 1 million? Aha! I like that spirit.
Davis said he would shave his head online. I believe that was the...
He did say he would do that. He did say that.
Not sure within the million zone on this one, but maybe in the future, but she's doing extremely well. This is
right.
Gary would be just tickled pink, absolutely tickled pink.
Let's see. And Bravon Dark still says, I can write up the intro module I've been running at the con for you guys to have since I'm changing the Zagyg setting. Hey, that'd be great, man. Send that over to me. I want to look at it. I was in my email. I get nosy. Let's see. New Mustangs for Stephen David at 1 million. Hi, Alan.
Alan, what I would like, if we make $1 million, I'm gonna buy everyone in the company an El Camino from the 1970s. They're all gonna be orange and black, and that's what they have to go to conventions in.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Let's see. Winter 3 has another question. Are you able to make Castle Zagyg artwork maps available for canvas art? Who does the TLG canvas posters again?
Noble Dwarf does that, and we will certainly do that for sure.
Yeah, and I will drop a link in here that's got a link to our merch and to Noble Dwarf. Well, to Noble Dwarf right there. Yeah, there you go. I think we've caught up on all of our questions. So let me go through here. And no Toyotas, Pete. No Toyotas. No. You see what he's getting at there, right?
Yeah.
Toyota.
Questions: does the sun circle things would be the related circle of 8? Yes. Also, will it be just lore content or also new locations and areas? It'll be the whole castle. It'll be a new location for sure. It'll have lore, the characters, magic, all that stuff. The rude alien, as my granddaughter says. Yes, because he's flipping everybody off.
Oh, is that what she says? The rude alien? That's funny. That is so funny. I can hear mine saying that too. That's
yeah. We still have to dabble into the alien universe. We're going to do that soon. I've got a couple ideas, but there's so much swirling around the dens that it's kind of nutty. I will say that one of the things we're going to try to do, if we get this space like we want it, is we're going to have a very small area kind of dedicated to a studio so that we can do a little bit different than what we're doing now.
I'd like to.
Steve is number one. Yes.
I want to give a shout out real quick to.
Yes, Portulus.
Let me get to my.
Who you shouting out to, Chuck?
Well, you're gonna like this as soon as I can.
Excellent.
As soon as I can get to the right screen. Let's see. That's weird.
That's right. Herod Cabal. Let me see. He only has 3 fingers, so I think he's golden.
Do what?
He's golden. So while Chuck's looking up that, here's a little alien trivia.
I need to flip over to here, I think.
Here's a little alien trivia for you. I just finished Jacques Vallée's book, what is it? The Anatomy of a Phenomenon. And in it, now this was in 65, so they may have figured this out since then. But in it, he did quite a bit of research to figure out where the term little green men came from, and he couldn't find it anywhere. All of the grays, all of the aliens are described as being gray. Some are tall, some are small. But he couldn't find where little green men came from. Maybe we should ask Grok. What is it? Whatever the AI on Twitter is. Who are we shouting out to, Chuck?
Well, Mike's got a good question real quick. He said, AD Mike said, I know this is probably not on you guys, but is there a reason PayPal can't be used on backer kit? For whatever reason, it won't take my card. I have no clue. I just assumed it did.
No idea. That seems odd to me. I'll ask Martin. It seems odd that it wouldn't.
Yeah. And if I hear something, Mike, I'll reach out to you and let you know because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird. So I want to give a shout out to Ace of Shadows. He was on the stream earlier today. He followed us and he backed the project, and he has just sent over something, Steve. It is a gold mine of posts and things that he has mined from Inworld for us during the day today. That you asked.
Oh, excellent!
Yeah, excellent.
He
says, "I just wanted to flag up. I noticed that. Let's see. He noticed that Gary mentioning the Circle of 8 is in a Gordon novel, and so on and so forth. But anyway, I'm going to forward the email over to you, Steve.
Perfect.
And you'll have that stuff to dig through. That might be something cool, right? And let's see. It is sent.
I just want to do a quick shout out. If you have not subscribed to the TLG Patreon, have a look at it. Jeremy has been very religiously doing 2 releases a week all year. And we've got him another 6, 7, 8 weeks of content already stacked up. So check out our Patreon for odd, weird, new, unusual stuff. Maybe Little Green Men came. He stopped giving us Colorblindness is that bad.
Cooperative Waffle says they've got a PayPal issue too. That's interesting. That is interesting.
So it may be some weird. I don't know.
I don't know.
My
Let's
whole
see.
banking stuff went down today. We could only get on it on a phone. I don't know.
Oh, I know.
I think the world is spinning slowly into disaster, which is good because the Walking Dead stuff will begin, right? Don't we get zombies out of this, or minimally Mad Max, cool looking cars?
Minimally Mad Max. All right.
Cars are Mad Max.
All right, I'm gonna set us up here.
In a post-apocalyptic world, all the trolls could be in orange and black El Caminos.
With flamethrowers. I'd be down. I'd be down. Oh, it uses stripe, John says. All right. Let's see. Miscellaneous Project says, how much of the material is being presented in its original format versus tying it to 5th edition?
This will all be in Castles and Crusades. And it won't be Gary's notes that you see in Castle Zagyg. It'll be the interpretation of his notes, creating the dungeons, worlds, and stuff like that for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Chuck, we got to start wrapping this up.
Yep.
You know what? I'm going to extend this sticker thing to 6 o'clock. I think we can make it. We will be out of the stream, but I think we can. I think it'll make it by 5:10. We will hold on, but we do have to go. So, Chuck, I think you got to roll the giveaways out. Is that right?
Yeah. So I was reading Brungal. He wanted to know if he could come stay here if his wife kicks him out for back in the product.
Sure, come on.
Yeah, sure.
I tell you what, if we get what we want for the space, we'll put a giant tent out in the back for all the refugees from the backer kick campaigns.
Lost your family, lost your wife. Bring your dog in your truck here. Whatever. All right. I'm gonna close the giveaways out here. Once we go through these giveaways, we will do. I will drop a link for everybody to download today's giveaway we're doing off the store for a PDF of C5. The Falls of the Divide. Winter, not today. Grace is gone, and we need to wait for her. She's got the name, so we're going to do it in the morning. We'll probably just drop it out everywhere on socials, is my guess.
Probably Alan.
I don't even want to know. All right, I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this out. You better hurry, Tux. Put that R in there. There you go. Look at that. Good job. All right, here we go. I'm going to close this out. Watch them win now, because I said that.
It's a fun land, Alan. A fun land.
A fun land. All right, here we go. First, so a link will pop up for everybody's new, and that'll take you to our Discord. And Obsidian Risk will get you some codes. You just have to DM him. The instructions will be there in the chat right there. Or if you come in the Discord, you can just ask. We'll get you. He's probably watching right now. He likes to stalk us. So first winner for $10 off a PDF will be Net Navi, who is a previous winner. I know you know how that works. Congrats, Net. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Next one will be Winter the Third. Well. Look at all those questions got answered with a gift. Excellent.
There you go. Congratulations.
And finally, last but not least, is Torlock. All right, Frank. Damn you. Frank, I'm taking Frank out. Frank has no need of that. Frank is one of my helpers. He just does that to piss me off. He's laughing right now. I can hear his voice laughing in Canada. All right. Next winner would be Spore Servant. Congrats, Spore Servant. There you go. You win as well. Damn it, Frank.
For those just joining the stream, if we hit 5:10 by 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Kickstarter, on the Backer Kit campaign, we're going to throw in stickers in everyone's pledge from 180 and above.
Oh, my goodness. All right. I'm going to drop this link in here, and then once I drop it, I'm going to set us up with a raid. Let's do this link first. This link will be good until, let's see, what did I put it at? 8 p.m. Eastern. So you got plenty of time. No need to go over there and wreck the store. I tried it. It does work right now. Of course, once everybody rolls in on it, there it is right there. Grab that free link if you need to. I'm going to drop it over here in a plain thing too as well. Go. Thank you. We appreciate you, Rick. I know you did. I think everybody has. It's been wonderful. I'll drop the link one more time in here. Go. Drop it one more time. Then I'll set us up a raid, and then we'll get out of here.
You know what, Chuck? I've made an executive decision.
Okay.
We achieved that stretch reward. We are going to include stickers in all the packages from 180 and above.
Did we hit it?
Yeah, no, sure, we did it. Yes.
Yeah, woo, we did it. All right. Yeah, we did it. Stickers for everyone. All right.
So make sure we put that in. Make sure we put that in so we don't forget that.
I'll take care of it. I'll make
All
sure
right.
of it.
Stickers are in everyone's package from 180 and above.
180 and above.
Wait. I don't know what those stickers will be, but we'll come up with something clever.
I'm going to drop that link in here one more time for everybody, just because, I like to spam chat. All right, here's the one more link one more last time. And then I'm going to set this up the raid. We're going to raid into, let's see who's on here. Looks like, yep, Art of Mike Disney's on. I'm going to raid into him. He's doing some miniature painting. Mike's a good dude. He's a great painter. He supports the channel well. So, let me get him in here. That's right, Jeremy. Tell him. That's right, brother. All right, I got the raid set up. We'll go over and see Mike in just a moment. I want to thank everybody for coming out and seeing us. We'll be back tomorrow morning. We'll be putting out an update on everything and also a schedule for the next few days. But we will be streaming, just so you know, we have it figured out now. 4 p.m. tomorrow and 4 p.m. Thursday, we'll be doing games. I'll be running Steve, Davis, and Peter through the rest of Zagyg Castle thereof, and hopefully killing them all 3. And then Friday, around 11:30 Central, we're going to gather here for our final countdown. Hopefully Luke will be able to join us, and we're going to be doing all kinds of crazy shit and just seeing how long we can get this thing to roll, because they're going to let us kind of do kind of like a hype train, as long as we got people back and we can keep it open. So we're going to see what we can get pushed through, And
if we're lucky, we can get the TLG band together, which is Mel, Jason on guitar, and Jeremy on the pan flutes. Right. And we'll get all of that going.
Sounds good. And yes, also Beacon Mall says, drown Steven. All right, everybody. We thank you so much for you guys coming out and hanging out with us. And we will catch you guys on the flip side. Have a great evening. All right.